The on button. Had a user rage at me for 10 to 15 minutes calling myself and my colleague a disgrace. Said user then went to the manager of the organization and demanded we are removed from our roles. An important point in this would be that we were both only 2 weeks into the job as we were replacing a third-party team in exchange for our in-house support. This back and forth went on for another hour or so until we eventually even got round to going to see the issue. You guessed it. The user had turned on their computer. They doubled down on the issue and said it's our job to ensure all machines are on so they can be used. There's over 500 machines on site. I laughed, the manager laughed. We moved on with our lives. IT, good times. The mystery of the constantly crashing CPU. Forgive me for any incorrect terminology, I'm not actually in IT, but I helped IT solve a mystery. At the company I work for, most of us use these little bitty Lenovo ThinkStations. They're fine for what we do. Last summer we hired on several new people. One of them had constant problems with their ThinkStation shutting down randomly, sometimes several times a day. IT switched out ThinkStation's cables, checked the electric lines to the cubicle, switched them to a different cubicle, all to no avail. They even switched my ThinkStation with new hire's machine. I had no problems, and new hire continued to experience random shutdowns with my previously flawlessly working machine. Then, one fine day, new hire complained that their ThinkStation had shut down yet again. I happened to be standing nearby and I noticed something unusual. I called up IT right away and asked, could this be causing the mysterious shutdowns? Within minutes, the IT person who had been taking point on the problem showed up to see for themselves. They then carefully lifted new hire's glass coffee mug off the top of the ThinkStation and explained that we do not use the computer equipment as a coaster mug warmer, because the hot glass mug was poorly insulated and was overheating the ThinkStation. New hire now has the little stand so that the ThinkStation rests upright on the narrow side and can't be used as a coaster, and there have been no more shutdowns. New hire is reportedly not very happy with this development, as they no longer have an excuse for taking forever to get any work done. I don't think new hire is going to last much longer here, but IT and I are happy. Bite not the hand that fixes your tech. I worked for a school years ago as the sole IT guy for my campus, out of several. My little kingdom to fix and upgrade. Teachers were about 70 in count, all with laptops to use, projectors on the ceiling to display what they willed, and desktops in their classrooms for the students to browse the internet and do schoolwork. To get a hold of their tech savant? Call me, email me, and even use our convenient ticket system for me to help you in your troubles. I usually reply immediately and come to the rescue just as fast. The technology was a bit older, but sufficient for what the teachers used them for. I came up with some solutions to help better the tech around the campus, but some roadblocks hindered those ambitions. That'll be another long post for another day. Fast forward to an end of the year party I joined with a few of the teachers from my school in attendance. As I was talking to a few people in another area, a few teachers were gathered at a table gossiping and recalling all of the fun and chaos the year had brought them. One of the teachers begins a slight rant about how the technology sucks, internet is slow, the laptops were bad, etc., etc. Another teacher comes to a realization and eyes them to shut the hell up. What was this realization? My wife was sitting amongst them. She quickly smiled and politely mentioned that the IT guy is amazing, but I wish there were some things done better. My wife smiles back and agrees. Of course, this was all relayed back to me later in the night. Fast forward to the next day, me sitting in my office. A knock at the door, and it's the ranting teacher bringing me smiles and pleasantries. The usual, how's things been, and, you getting any days off this summer, are exchanged. It was quite clear that she was trying not to aggravate the one tech in all of the kingdom, make peace and happiness between us, and hope that she didn't offend me too much. She didn't mention all of the bad talking. I just smiled and kept it positive. The ranter is a great teacher and I never hear complaints from her. I was a bit agitated at first, but only at first. I get the gripes she spoke of, and I was unfortunately powerless to do anything. Again, a long post for another day. I was just surprised she came in and tried to make peace. You don't get that too often from people. Any of you ever had others trash talk your work behind your back? Cheers. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Have a good one.